Hello, I'm Christy, and I'm back with another habits video. It's that time again. Almost a year ago, on October 7th, 2020, I made my first habits video, where I mainly talk about how I need to stop getting coffee and a bagel with cream cheese several times a week at the coffee place next door. Hello, good morning. Today I wanted to talk about developing new, better habits, and I want to get up earlier. I did mention changing food habits as well, although I did say, I'm not a diet expert. I don't want to talk about diet on this channel. Since then, I've been uploading videos, giving you my progress or not progress over this past year for some accountability and to, encourage others to try something similar.
I don't wanna save ya, don't wanna be strangers. Let me feel like you know what to do. Leave your limitations, live and go against them. Just let go and start up something new. Cause I know what you planned out. Everything that you built up isn't what you want. And I know the life you're living isn't that fulfilling. Let me help you out.
Now, my progress has been slow in most things. Only one thing changed rapidly, and that was reducing the coffee place next door and drinking more water. I'm still doing that. I will admit though that the last month or so I've been going through a time of having a little more soda than I was before, but I'm back to being like, I just want water. And so still doing a lot better with that. Other things, while they did develop slower, and some things I'm still working on. Changing your diet, by the way, as we all know, is super difficult. And, I didn't just do a big, overwhelming change all at once. And so I've been doing something very gradual. And I'm rethinking that. It's been a year, and while I do feel like my vegetable intake and things like that, and my reduced ordering out for food and things like that have improved, I don't know, I'm going to the store today, and I think I'm going to take a different kind of list and just take everything a whole other step further, maybe even a whole other big step further. I'm kind of tired of the slow. It's been a year. I've made some changes. I feel like my shape is a little different than it was a year ago, but it's not enough. And I think the working out has helped with the shaping more than the eating. I don't know. But I'm gonna change it up again. I've gotta find what works for me. My activity has increased. My apps tell me that I walk more than I did a year ago. I take more steps. I definitely exercise more than I did a year ago. That wasn't even on my first set of goals. I was just starting with water and changing food and, what did I say? Getting up in the morning. Getting up in the morning has been, since May of this year, has been going great. But I will say that it hasn't been consistent lately. But I think that's a topic for my next video. When do you change your habits? When does it matter? I think that Changing habits matters when what you're currently doing is unhealthy. Not enough rest or sleep. Bad eating habits. Things that are unhealthy that you intake all of the time. Every once in a while is another thing, but all of the time, that's what sticks to you. And that's what hurts your digestion, possibly your heart, your arteries, whatever. Smoking, too much drinking. A lot of people have stopped drinking as much alcohol. And it's not that they had a problem with alcohol, that's a whole other category. Not going to get into drug and alcohol addiction. That's another area of non-expertise that I have. It just doesn't fit what I'm talking about here. I'm getting into a complicated area here. But what I really am trying to say is that how do you know when something needs to change? If it's unhealthy, then it needs to change. And you need to figure out what avenues to take. Maybe it's more than just changing a habit. Okay, but that's all I'm talking about here. Changing habits. You know, something more complex and above me to talk about. But if you have serious issues with something, like an addiction or a disorder, that requires medical help. Okay, but if you're just wanting to change habits to avoid being unhealthy or to be healthier, that's what I'm talking about. Another thing is how you're spending your time, a waste of time. Now, I'm not saying you can't, I've said this before, we all need days where we don't do anything, where we do waste time, where we do, and I don't consider going out and doing something fun a waste of time. What I'm talking about is more like, you know, binge watching something, or, you know, just being lazy around the house when you could be doing other things. I think that's fine every once in a while, but I think most of the time, we need to be asking ourselves, how else could I be spending my time? Could I be working toward a goal? Could I be working on a hobby? Could I be having fun with friends or family? Should I be spending time with people? Am I wasting money? Do I go shopping because I need things or to make myself feel better? Do I spend too much money on food delivery like I was? Or any other kind of thing that might actually be a waste of your time, your energy, and your money. If that's the case, those habits need to change and they need to be exchanged for something else. Maybe you still spend the same amount of money or maybe a little more money, but it is toward something. It's an investment, so to speak. An investment toward your hobby or your side hustle or your future career. I have given up a couple of hours a night of watching YouTube or Netflix to work on my own videos or do some writing. And I wake up in the mornings and spend that time either just, you know, getting my mind ready for the day or getting my body ready for the day, you know, with working out. Actually, working out and getting your mind prepared for the day go together. It's a healthier thing to do, and it makes me go to sleep earlier, you know, instead of staying up really late like I used to do. So change your habits when what you're currently doing is unhealthy, a waste of time, and or a waste of money. Your life will be fuller and possibly longer because you are spending your time better going to possibly live longer because you're doing healthier things. And if you do healthier things with your money, then you have less to worry about there as well. That's my advice for when to change your habits. And as I said, if it gets more complicated than that, then that's a whole other set of issues, and seek someone else's guidance on that. See a doctor, a therapist, whatever you need to do, and be good to yourself. Now, this is not something that I have been clearly good about.